out, you guys. This is what YouTube become. Control yard movement without permission. People will sub up to your channel. They don't even fucking you, but they're subbed up to your channel to spy on you or to get content because they don't have no content. All they do is gossip all fucking day. Shout out to the chat. Yo, 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 yo. And that's the God honest truth about what I see on these YouTube streets. For real, for real. Hey, Holly Favor, thank you for coming in. Good morning. I would imagine that it was a long night with Thaddeus being live. I would imagine it's been a long night for some of y'all. Thaddeus was live just about almost, Lord. I left and I came back in. I left and I came back in. I left and I came back in. Shout out to Thaddeus for going live. Shout out to him. Yeah, man, we got a lot of haters on this app, yo. And I didn't realize there were so many people that will actually watch your channel, listen to what you say, and got a problem with the fuck you said. I can't believe this, yo. But I already did my prison time. My inmate number was 221644. I did 6 years, 7 months. From 1995 all the way to 2001. Yep. Actually sub up to your channel and don't like what the fuck you said. But the only thing they doing is looking and fishing for content. Beefing with somebody, or if you got an issue with somebody. To grow the fuck up. Shout out to the chat. I know highly favored. I know what people be doing, man. I don't know. But some people just, I don't know. But I'm glad Tommy Sotomayor is back. I'm waiting for him to go live or hit the upload button or something. They talking about Ears is going live today. I'm not going to watch no fucking Ears. Fuck Ears. Dweeb. Another dweeb on these YouTube streets. Yep, that's my opinion. That is my opinion. Word. I can't believe it, man. And then people get mad with you when you tell them how you feel. You know what I mean? Word. Yo, I got so many different drawings here on my phone. I like the one where I have the house up here. So I'm sitting at the house chilling today. You know, not too much to do. Just cook for myself and get ready for tomorrow. Because I'm going to have to do that long walk tomorrow. Shout out to the chat. So good morning to everyone. Good morning. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to my support team, my subscribers, new and old. Some of my YouTube videos. Highly favored. We waiting for you to go live. You gotta go live one day to see highly favored. Oh, when you get these YouTube streets, and take over and do their content, do their videos. Let people get to know who they are. Because people already know who Arabia Barbosa, the BT1000 is. people already know who I am. Know who I am. I sound like, what my attitude is like, whether I'm having a good day or a bad day, whether it's up and down, whether it's downside, whether I'm going to complain about something or not, whether I'm happy about something or not. Shout out to the chat, Coco Tasso, that like button, Coco Tasso, the Cash App, if you can. Thank you. Yeah, man, but who these YouTube streets? And I felt so bad for Thaddeus. You know what I mean? Like towards the end, because I came back when he was doing the end of his video, and I think Finchy was up there. Finchy was talking. Finchy got the same problem he had a year ago. Finchy complained and cried and complain and cry. And I totally agree with 27 Darren. Shout out to 27 Darren for saying what she said. And she meant it. She stood on business. He didn't like what the fuck she said. Now, if she would have been, more on his side in his favor, he would have loved that. He wouldn't try to disrespect her. And that's another thing I'm starting to find out. When you speak your mind and you speak the truth and you tell things like the way they really are, people don't want to hear it. They want to live in a fantasy world. They want to believe the lies. They want to believe the falsehood and the deception and the tonteria and all the bullshit. People are not real like the way they used to be. People are not real like the way they used to be. They will never be like the way they used to be. Everything has changed. Over the last couple of years, everything has changed on these YouTube streets. Nothing is the same. Nothing will ever be the same again. Everyone is changing. Everyone is changing their content a little bit, not much. We still got these reactionary channels doing their reactions. I don't really understand how you're creating content and you're taking something from another YouTube creator and you're going over what they already talked about. That doesn't make any sense to me. Why can't people just hit each other's links and have discussions? What's wrong with that? I don't get it. I don't get what's going on. I don't get what's happening now. This is a whole brand new thing, what they're doing. People used to do reaction videos back in the day when I first came to YouTube, but it was different then because people was able to come up there and schedule lives together, go live together, sit on the same panel together, talk, argue, scream, yell, threaten to beat the person up. Good morning, Uncle L. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Facts TV. Good morning. I'm surprised y'all still up. Because Thaddeus went live last night. So I was in and out of his live. Then I fell asleep. Then I watched the movie. Then I was able to come back in this morning. Thaddeus was ending the live. I had enough time to take a shower and put on clothes, come into the kitchen, fix me something to drink, something to eat, go back in the bedroom, and Thaddeus was still live. I think I did 2 live videos while Thaddeus was live. I did a couple of shorts while Thaddeus was live. I came back in, Thaddeus was still live. Shout out to Thaddeus. Shout out to Thaddeus. I think he had a good video. He was a little boring in the beginning, but the purple one. Hey, Brooklyn Hood. Thank you for coming in. Yeah, I hope everyone is enjoying themselves in the chat. I hope everyone is enjoying themselves in the chat. I went live twice this morning. Some people was in the live, they sat with me for a little bit. Then you know how they go. They went on back to sleep or wherever because today is Sunday. So I don't really expect people to be up and awake and looking for this one to go live and come into the chat. But I thank everyone for coming over. I thank everyone that truly supports this channel, even in my times of the darkness of traveling from here back downtown Charleston to get to the job. A lot of you have been with me when I go live then, and I appreciate it. A lot of you support this channel in ways that I totally appreciate. And I'm just like anyone else. I'm looking for new content. I'm looking for new things to talk about. Because we got that thing going on in Chicago where the people are protesting. And they're protesting. The protest is no king. They don't want a king. I guess they're saying Donald Trump is a king now. He's still president of the United States, because I can only remember 3 times, well, since I've been living, that we had assholes in the White House. The first asshole was Ronald Reagan. The second asshole and the third asshole was both of the Bushes, the father and the son. And then here comes Donald Trump, the fourth asshole. And I'm 52 years old, so I've been around since the day of Jimmy Carter. I remember when Jimmy Carter was president of the United States. I remember when Ed Koch was the mayor of New York City. Shout out to the chat. Hey, Ms. V, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Trey Spectives, good morning. Shout out to the chat, yeah. So I'm thinking there's other people in this chat that understand what I'm talking about when I said there's been 4 assholes that sat in the White House. And I remember, and Trey Spectives, you're from New York, so you would remember when Ed Koch was the mayor. How long did Ed Koch sit in the mayor chair in New York City? He was always on the TV. I remember one year they interviewed Ed Koch on the streets of New York, and they was asking him about the homeless problem back then. He said there were no homeless people. He said New York City didn't have any homeless people. There was no homeless population in New York City. The man was lying. There were some white men that they interviewed. I guess they were homeless too, and they were veterans. Shout out to the veterans. And they was like, well, Ed Koch says that there's no homeless people out here. And the reporter asked them what did they thought about it. And the man said, well, if we're not homeless, we must have got locked out. We must have got locked outside. We must have forgot. And that's where I went to work one particular morning. And I remember Lovely was in the chat that morning. And I almost had a heart attack. I thought I had locked the keys in the apartment. That's why I keep my keys around my neck, so I won't lose them. I won't misplace them. That's what I do. Shout out to the chat. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, what y'all think about that? Now, Uncle L, I know you from Philadelphia, but you remember when New York used to be on the TV all the time, and Ed Koch would come on the TV, and he be talking his shit. He be talking straight cold cash shit. And when they asked him about the homeless population, he said New York City didn't have. Now, they got a terrible homeless problem in New York, in California, in Chicago, places in the South. The homeless population doubled in the last, 5-10 years? Shout out to the chat. Yeah, Uncle Al, you remember? Brooklyn Hood, if you're still in the chat, you remember that too. You know what? I don't know how old Brooklyn Hood is. Because a lot of you children are much younger than me. I'm 52 years old. 52. Mm-hmm. Yeah, child. But I just came up here real quick. Come on these YouTube streets. And you know what I hate? And I put it in one of my shorts. I hate when I'm talking about something and everybody is like an owl. I really, where am I? Am I in a barn? Then I got a short clip of Freddy Krueger in there, and I'm talking about the YouTube streets. Then I got a prison tower on one of my shorts, and I'm talking about your YouTube streets has turned into a control yard movement. And then I got a police officer, because we got a lot of people on these YouTube streets that will snitch on you, that will flag down your channel. You know you didn't do nothing wrong to them. Some of these people act like you actually went into their house, slapped the shit out of them, took their money, and burned down their place of residence. That's how they act. They act like that. If you even speak one word that's disparaging about some of these people, they will have a baby. They will have a baby, and they will sit in your chat and cry about it. Yeah, y'all. I hope y'all enjoying the chat. Looks like everyone's having fun. Looks like everyone is having fun. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So I've been busy doing short videos. I think I went live twice. This is the third time I went live. And I did some short videos. I was able to take a shower. I was able to get me something to eat while Thaddeus was live. That's how long Thaddeus was live. I was in and out of his chat. I think the last part of the video, Finchy was up there. And he was being weird as always. That's just my opinion about Finchy. I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. I call him Finchy. What's his name? Finichi? Oh, that's his name. The brother from Africa. And nobody knows which part of Africa he's from. He never says which part. Because Africa's got 54 countries inside of it. So which country is he from? He has a very strong accent. But I don't want to assume that he's from Ghana or Nigeria or someplace like that. I don't want to assume anything. I want to be right. When I talk about somebody, I want to be correct. I don't want to be wrong. I don't want to throw my opinion in there, because throwing an opinion in there ain't going to help nothing. Look at me. I'm gossiping about people. He's from Nigeria? Oh, okay. Hey, Courtney Peach. Courtney Peach. They got you on video, Courtney Peach. Reading that paperwork, girl. You exposed that nigga that day. Courtney Peach said, page 1, page 2. Courtney, you were so long with that video, I had to go out of the video. I had to hit the like button and be like, I'll come back. I couldn't, because everybody did it already before. But I know there was more paperwork involved with Biz 101, the predator over there. Whatever they saw. I know that's right, Courtney. Oh no, page 1, page 2. Okay, y'all, hold on, y'all. I said, oh Lord, they call Courtney. I was laughing my ass off. Oh, I appreciate you too, Courtney Peach. Isn't it wonderful that we have a lot of YouTube women creators in the sector? I don't care if you're a rabbit. I don't care if you're a sniper. I don't care if you're an outlaw. I don't care if you're a mafia. If you're a woman, guess what? I'm going to try to listen to something what you're talking about. Because I'm not part of none of those groups. I'm part of Soda Nation. And I'm so glad Tommy is back on these YouTube streets. Oh, Lord, when I found out, children. When I found out he was back on the YouTube streets, I immediately went to his channel and I pressed the subscribe button. What happened? Oh, okay. Y'all talking to each other in the chat. Yeah, chat. I had to go over there to the Tommy Sotomayor new channel, subscribe to his channel. And I'm hoping and praying that he'll be on these YouTube streets for a long, long time. Because I remember when I started first listening to Tommy Sotomayor, it was back in 2013, all the way from 2013 to 2021. And I appreciated him coming on these YouTube streets because he was just not just talking bad about Black women. He was giving you current events. He was singing. He was having a good time. But he gave, in my eyes, he gave the truth. And I said, I know he not talking about me. I know this nigga with the bald head and the beard ain't talking about me. Child, I had to look in the mirror. I said, you know what? I'm the BT 1000. Good morning, Lovely. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, we had a rough start, early part of this video. But I just wanted to come up real quick. And I don't mean no harm, you guys. When I met my biological mother a few years ago, and I used to get up there and watch Tommy Sotomayor videos all the time. And I knew when he was coming on, because he would put the, thing out there. I'm getting ready to go live such and such a time. So I would automatically know when to hit, go into the chat and start listening to his videos. My biological mother hated him. She hated that man. I said, why you hate him so? And she came to me one day and she told me, she said, why are you listening to that man? All he do is talk bad about Black women. I said, he must have hit your nerve. He must have helped convict you of your own true self. And instead of you accepting and acknowledging the bad stuff that you did in the past, because you were not perfect. What woman has 5 children, get pregnant 5 times, has 5 children, and give all the children to the goddamn system, to the same oppressors that you talked about oppressed you? That's why I don't understand about people that grew up during the Jim Crow era. They should have known better. And there's no excuse for it. Absolutely none. The only reason why a child should go in foster care system is if the parents are dead, if they have no living relatives. I'm going to tell you something. When I was growing up, those crackers were so racist, so prejudiced. They did everything they could to keep me away from my own original family. I didn't run into my grandmother again from the age of 7 until I was 30 years old. And after I met my grandmother, we stayed in touch. We went and visited each other. Shout out to the chat. All the way until the year she died. And she just died last year. Shout out to the chat. Lovelace, there's really no excuse as to why children would go into fucking foster care system or get adopted out. You know, when I went up for my adoption, Lovelace, I was 9 years old. They took me all the way to White Plains to go in front of a judge. And the judge asked me certain questions, and I told that judge, look, I don't know what y'all got going on. I don't know what y'all got planned. I don't want to live with these people. I want to go live with my grandmother. I was denied. My access was denied. My application was thrown in the trash. I was told that wouldn't be a good idea. Why not? These motherfuckers came around only to steal my family name from me. That's why I use it now. What was stolen, I retook, I reclaimed. Shout out to the chat. Well, Lovelace, you must have a different kind of mother, because the mother I had, the woman that raised me was an animal. The woman that raised me was a fucking savage. The woman was messy in life as she is in death. She's messy right now. The woman is in her grave. Before that woman left, the woman was just as messy in death as she was in life. Shout out to the chat. That woman had all kinds of confusion. That estate that's up, all that money that she had, whatever she owned, went to one of her grandsons. She didn't even give her own biological children nothing. Shout out to the chat. That's what I mean by she was messy in life as she is in death. And I'm going to tell you something. My biological mother, she wanted to see her son so bad. We went to the house where my brother was staying. We left from wherever we was in South Carolina. We went to another part of South Carolina. It took us some time to get there. We got there early in the morning, around 10:30 in the morning. That's the only time that bitch that raised me apologized. For all the dirt, for all the evil, for all the bullshit she put me through, that's the only time she opened her mouth and apologized. And the only reason why she did that, because my biological mother confronted her. But my biological mother had to look at herself because she was the author of all that trauma, all that division, all that hurt, all that pain. She was the author. Sometimes when I talk about that woman, I talk through my teeth because I want to cocoa tussle that bitch. But I'm going to let the universe take over. I don't need to take over. The unit, because the last time I did that, I sat in somebody county jail and fucked up my whole record of not having nothing on my record for 15, 16 years after I got out of the fucking penitentiary. The last time I got arrested was 2015. What is this now? 2025. So that's 10 years. And the only reason why I got arrested because me and her got into a physical altercation at her house. Shout out to the chat. I know that's right, Lovelace. Hey, I don't see no one else in the chat. I know the rest of you are here. Thank you for coming. Thank you for visiting with me and your homegirl. The BT1000. And like Tommy said, the BT1000 is not born. She is not born. She is created. She is created. And that's very, very true. Very true. Because I remember when I was younger, I didn't give a fuck about nothing and nobody. Nothing and nobody. I did what I wanted when I got ready. And that's how I ended up in the goddamn penitentiary. Going in somebody's store, holding it up. Taking their shit. Walking out like nothing fucking happened. There was no conscience. There was no clear conscience of nothing. And thank God today, I'm sober and clean from off any kind of substance, mind-altering substance. But now the biggest challenge comes to challenge myself, because alcoholism, drinking alcohol, abusing alcohol is just a symptom of what's really going on. And I have to re-dig everything. Uncover things that I thought was buried and gone. Certain things can trigger an episode very quickly. And it's nothing big, nothing major, just little shit. Just little shit. Thank you, Courtney Peach. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Lovelace. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, Trey Spectors. Thank you all for coming over and visiting with your homegirl, Bosa. The BT1000. Welcome to my house. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my channel. And let me say it in Swahili. Karibu ni umbani kewango. Welcome to my home. Welcome to my house. Pull up a chair. Kuvuta kiti. Kachini. Kumpumzika. Unakaribishwa. Twendi zetu. Kuja na mimi kula chakula miji baridi. Marafiki yangu. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Should I say it in Swahili? Habari za hasaburi. Habari za hasaburi. Good morning. All right, you guys. I'm getting ready to close out this video. I hope someone can hit the cash. As I really need to go to the store. I really do. I appreciate you. Thank you. You don't have to, but I appreciate any amount would help. Thank you. And I need to ask, because if I don't ask, a closed mouth. If I don't tell people, if I don't ask people for stuff, people will never know. Well, maybe I might need to go to the store. Maybe I might need to pick up a thing of bread, or maybe I might need to pick up a thing of coffee. You don't never know what I need it for. I might need it to ride on the bus. Shout out to the chat. See, I don't like to use my money like the way I used to. Just waste it up on some damn alcohol, on something that can't fucking help me. Something that was destroying me. It was destroying my life. I thought it was destroying it, but it was really me. But I was just hiding behind a bottle, a beer can, a flask. I remember when I first started drinking, I was 8 years old? I introduced my younger brother to it. He never liked it, but I did. And I don't know how that happened. Now, when I met my biological parents, my mother informed me that she too was an alcoholic, and she used to be a drug addict, and she had been in recovery for a long period of time, for years and years. My mother has a lot of clean time, a lot of sober time. My father, he started using alcohol and drugs at the age of 11. I'm like, what the hell happened to my parents? What the hell happened? And I talked to both of them. And they both give me the different reasons. But my father, I think my father was more upfront. He was more truthful. And he talked about his childhood. And that man used to have tears in his eyes. Tears in his eyes. But he didn't want to cry in front of me because he was trying to be strong. He was trying to be the big muscle man he always was. You know what I mean? I remember him very well. And I remember what he looked like while he was on his deathbed. I remember that. Hey, Lonnie, thank you for coming in. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm feeling kind of good this morning. I was in a bad mood earlier, but I'm feeling kind of better now. I'm glad I did this live. I went live twice. I did all my short videos. And then I said, well, maybe I should go live again, before the afternoon really, roll in real good. Because, in a few hours, I got to get ready to go to work tomorrow. I got to get ready to walk down that dark, long path. But I need the exercise. I need to exercise as much as I fucking can. Yeah. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. Because I used to not be this heavy. I'm chubby now. I used to not be this heavy. I used to be smaller. And I found some old pictures and some old videos I did. And I was like, damn, this was only a couple of years ago. But I remember when I started gaining the weight, it was around the time, it was just before the pandemic ended. That's when I started gaining all the weight. And that's when I went to my doctor. That's when I had to, check everything. Because I already was going through menopause. My period, my menstruation was starting to stop. And finally, there is no more. Don't you know I got a full box of tampons here in this house? I went in the closet the other day. I was looking for something because I wanted to, find a screwdriver or something I was looking for. and I found a box of tampons. I said, where are these box of tampons? And then I had to remember when I bought them. So I got a box of tampons in my house, brand new. I know nobody else can use them. I just look at them. I look at them. I said, God damn, Ray. I came a long way from a young whippersnapper to a middle-aged woman, 52. I'll be 53 in a few more months. 53. And I don't own a whole lot. I don't own a house. I don't own no cars. I think I live a simple life. It's a simple, humbling life. Maybe I should have planned it more better. But then I had a lot of help on why I went down the certain path I went. I can't renege on nothing. And I can't say, well, I regret. Because there's a song on one of my shorts. The woman is singing in French, and the title of the song, No Regrets. No regrets. Good morning, VA. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Shout out to the chat. I'm getting ready to end this video. I hope everyone has an awesome day. I want to thank everyone for coming in. VA, thank you for coming in. Lovelace, thank you for coming in. Trey Spectors, Lonnie, Miss V, Uncle L. Yeah, these are the usual. These are my usual suspects. Thank you. They're my usual supporters, my subscribers. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I hope everyone has an awesome Sunday. Be safe out there. Be safe. And stay sweet. Enjoy the time you have with your family and friends. Enjoy the time you have left. Peace out, y'all. We out of here. There's no outro music, so I'm going to leave you with the words of Moonlight. I always say, shall we proceed in the words of Moonlight? Let's read. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Shout out to all my subscribers, my supporters, my support team. Shout out to everyone that comes into my chat. Shout out to everyone that participates. Shout out to everyone that encourages me. Shout out to everyone that supports this channel. You support me, and I love you, and I thank you from the bottom of my Cape Verdean heart. I thank you, this New Yorker, this native New Yorker that is stuck down here in South Carolina. Thanks you. Uh-oh. Peace out, y'all. One.